Skin the Heart Away Southern Tea, back with another EP. And y'all know we here for a good time, not a long time. If this your first time, do your boy a solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, not just today. Today we here with a UFC Vegas 101, Dern versus Ribas 2. Full EP breakdown. I'm going to give y'all, the winners and losers for every fight. Then I'm going to give y'all my 5 most confident fights. I'm going to give y'all my underdog. And then I'm going to tell y'all why I got each particular fighter to win, said fight in my 5 most confident picks. But I'm not going to hold y'all up too long with this, man. So let's go and get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run down the list of every fight, and I'm going to tell you who I got to win and why I'm favoring them to win. So in the first fight, we got Alayev. I'm favoring him because of his wrestling and his grappling edge. Kind of the same with Klein in the next fight, right? She has that wrestling and grappling edge. Gashalov, I feel like he's just a more well-rounded fighter. In his fight, we got Almeida. I feel like he's technical and he's the better striker. And as long as he's aware of his opponent's bombs, then he should be okay. We got Ribas. Ribas won the first fight. I think she's more of the all-around fighter. I think she's more active in the fights. And I think she has a big striking advantage in that fight. I'm going to mess her name up. Kalari and Karakate. I'm saying, that fight goes over, or you take the dog in that fight, or you pass on it. Not really just overly excited about that fight. We got Jacob Smith in his fight. I think he's pure athleticism. He has power, and he's well-rounded. Trey Ogden, upset pick, right? I think he's more technical than his opponent. He has a high IQ, and he's well-rounded as well. We got Tulio. I think he has power. He's wild, has nice athleticism and nice sub. It's his first fight, but Tulio should get the win in that one. Johnson and Bunez, I say start the second round or this dog or pass. I have Medic in his fight. I think he's more technical, expert striker. I have Bashi in a tough fight, but I think he has strong wrestling, has strong grappling, has nice subs as well. He's just a little inexperienced. And then we got Kopylov over Chris Curtis. I think he's, the better kickboxer. And I'm not all the way sure that Chris Curtis is 100%, coming back into this fight. On this next list, I'm about to show y'all my 5 most confident fight picks. And then after that, we're going to get to the underdogs. Next, we got Gashalov, Smith, Medic, Ribas, and Bashi as my 5 lock picks. My underdog dog of the day is Trey Ogden. Now I'm about to tell you guys why I took those 5 and why I took Trey Ogden. So in the main event, Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. This is a rematch. Amanda Ribas won the first fight. Now, while the first fight was years ago, I almost, tongue-in-cheek said it was about 10 years ago, but I really think it was about maybe 7 years ago, something like that. So almost a decade ago, right? I do think that we could still take information from that fight and bring it over to this fight. I'm not going to say that I don't think either fighter improved much, but I think both fighters improved about the same. What their strong suits are still what their strong suits were back then. And I think Amanda Ribas is still, the more all-around fighter. I think the ground game might be tit for tat, but I think Ribas has the speed and the striking advantage, which is why I got Ribas as one of my most confident picks. Next, we got Medic versus Soriano. I think Medic is, the better striker in this matchup. Soriano's only chance, I think, is to grapple and wrestle, and he's kind of fell in love with his striking at this point. I think by the time he realizes that, maybe I should try to wrestle, Medic is going to be, up on the cards, or either Medic is going to stop him, in that striking long to mid-range. Medic is dangerous, which is why I'm leaning Medic. He's a lot more dangerous. So I got Medic for the win versus Soriano, and that's why I got him as one of my most confident picks. Next, we got Bashi versus Rodriguez, and what I think is going to be a great fight. Was a little hesitant to pick Rodriguez at first, but once I got to thinking, Rodriguez does struggle with guys who can wrestle him, who are strong and that can keep him down, and I think Bashi is all that. The only strike I got against Bashi is his inexperience. Christian Rodriguez isn't a veteran. He's, you know, still young in the game as well, but more experienced than Bashi. As long as Bashi is aware of Rodriguez's submissions attempt off his back, I think Bashi is able to control this fight on the ground, and that's why I got Bashi as one of my high confidence picks. Next, we got Parsons versus Smith. This is a late notice fight for Smith, but I think Smith is going to be okay. Smith is one of DC's guys, right? He's one of Daniel Cormier guys. Smith is a powerful athlete, explosive, nice striking. He's a wrestler, grappler at heart, which I love. I think he's able to pretty much beat Parsons any way he wants in this fight. Parsons is a guy who wants to out-wrestle people. He's not going to be able to out-wrestle Jacoby Smith like that. I think Jacoby Smith is going to be fine on the feet or on the ground. I think that athleticism and that power is going to see him to get the victory in this fight, and that's why he's one of my most confident picks. And last but not least, most confident pick is Gashilov, one of those. I've been calling him Gashilov, probably messing it up. But we got Gashilov in this fight. I think it's going to be a stand-up fight. While I do think maybe, you know, Gashilov isn't the most powerful striker, I do think he's the much technical fighter in this. I think it's more so his kicks than anything. That he's going to be able to use his range, use his stand-up, his kickboxing, and his leg kicks. And I think he's going to be able to outpoint Lopez in this fight. So I'm going Gashilov in this, and I think what's going to be a pretty safe point fight. And that's why he's one of my most confident picks. My bad. And my dog of the day is Trey Ogden. Trey Ogden is fighting Thiago Moises. I think his strength is, you know, his grappling and maybe his sub game. Trey Ogden, I think, is very, very well-rounded, right? He is a submission sub guy, right? But even with his submission and his subs, a lot of times he's striking guys, hurting them, rocking them, and knocking them down. So I think standing up, Trey Ogden has the advantage. I think on the ground, you know, it could very well be even. I think whichever guy maybe, you know, is able to get the best of the scrambles, the best of the sprawls, is probably who's going to have the advantage in the ground game. I think Trey Ogden is more of an active, you know, grappler or active takedown attempt artist, I guess I'm trying to say. I think he's more likely to be more active with the takedown. So maybe, you know, he puts the pressure on him. But I think Trey Ogden is the better striker, and I think he's going to be okay in the clinching and the drop and in the grapple. I think Trey Ogden being the dog is a good chance for us to snake some money. So I got Trey Ogden as my underdog. It's not going to be an easy task, but I think Trey Ogden gets it done. Trey Ogden is the dog of the day. And just so there is no confusion, these are my 5 most confident picks. These are the picks that I will be betting without a shadow of a doubt. And again, this is the money line video. The method video will be coming out later this week after the method drops. Gashilov, Smith, Medic, Ribas, and Bashi. 5 most confident picks. Take them to the bank. Skinny Hardaway, TWTea. This ain't the past. This ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love. If this your first time, don't make it your last time. Y'all know we here for a good time, not a long time. Subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. We out.